Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning and welcome back to another Good Morning Grief Devotion. It's your boy, Pastor Corey. Alan Duncan Sr. So excited to have this wonderful opportunity to come to you today to lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. This is the daily grief devotion that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. What is grief? I'm so glad you asked. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how you reveal it on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. We don't ignore it, but we explore it. We don't conceal it, but we reveal it. We don't lock it up, but we let it out. That's why we shout good morning, because morning is a good thing. And I'm so grateful that you're here with us on today as we lead you in a very special way in today's Good Morning Grief Devotion. Today is day 318. We about to get this thing straight. We're going to talk about my time of grief may be an opportunity to heal old wounds. My time of grief may be an opportunity to heal old wounds. Let's talk about it. As I'm feeling and actively mourning my loss, it may be bringing up older pain, especially any significant losses in my life that were never properly and thoroughly mourned. As I'm feeling and actively mourning my loss, it may be bringing up older pain, especially any significant losses in my life that were never properly mourned. I say this all the time. Everybody is mourning, everybody is grieving, you just don't know it. Everybody is grieving, they just don't know it. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Grief is the natural, normal, and necessary response to loss, change, and transition. I say it all the time. There are things in our past that we grieved, but we never mourned. Meaning that we felt, we went through the loss, we went through the change, we went through the transition, but we never explored it. We ignored it. We never explored it. We never unpacked it. We never dealt with it. We never talked about it. We never dove into it. We didn't have an opportunity, a safe place, a safe space to unpack our feelings about what happened in the past. And now that you're going through another loss, change, or transition, sometimes it starts to bring up the stuff that you went through in the past that you never had the opportunity to talk about. You never had the opportunity to dive into. You never had a safe place. Or maybe you just didn't even have the awareness at that time, right? That new grief can bring up old grief, right? New grief can trigger old grief. That's a great way to say it. That new grief can trigger old grief, right? My heart is wise. It knows that these older griefs I'm carrying, they need attention too. And it figures that now is the time, because I'm being grief aware and proactive about healthy mourning and self care right now anyway. I tell people this all the time. If you got a piece of paper and you make three columns and you write in one column loss, you write in another column change, you write in another column transition. And if you look back over your life at significant events that happened, things that took place, you look back over things that you lost, your losses, you look back over your changes, things that change, right? You look over your transitions. If you really did a deep dive and wrote down all of those things and took the time to unpack them, right? With a therapist, a counselor, a coach, a journal. If you just wrote them down and started journaling about them, what you felt then, what you feel now, a video journal. If you just wanted to audio record it, right? If you wrote it down, yeah, this is what it means to unpack the grief of the past. There are things that you never unpack that if you did, right, it could bring about a level of healing. It could bring about a level of wholeness. It could bring about a level of, it could make you a better version of you because you're no longer holding this on the inside, but you are releasing. And as you know, we know that release brings about relief, right? So you get an opportunity to release it, because it's going to bring about this release that you need. There are pain, there are griefs in the past that we never unpacked. There's grief in the past that we never unpacked, right? And new grief will bring up old grief. And it's not a bad thing because you're already in the process of grieving and mourning, right? Why not unpack it? Why not deal with it, right? If not now, when, right? If not here, where? If not you, who? Right? It's a wonderful opportunity for you to begin to even unpack now the grief and the problems in the past. If I have past losses to mourn and they're coming up for me right now, I may need a little extra help with all the work that needs to be done. It's true, excuse me, it's true that it can be a good time to mourn older, unreconciled grief as well, but maybe I should reach out to a grief counselor for some short term support. When you start to unpack a lot of stuff from your past, I'm telling you, it's nothing like connecting with a professional, somebody that can help us navigate and navigate through, those things of the past. Somebody that can help us navigate through the grief, the problems, the issues, the challenges, the things that we going through. Somebody that can help us unpack this luggage, right? Somebody that can help us navigate through it in a powerful way. And so I want to encourage you. Here's the final thought. I want to encourage you that once I befriended all my past losses, I'll know to grieve and mourn future losses as they occur. Once I've befriended all my past losses, I'll know to grieve and mourn future losses as they occur. This is one of those things where you know better, you do better, right? You can always go back and you can unpack the stuff of the past, but now moving forward, you create a safe place and safe space that whatever you go through, whatever that loss, change, or transition, you unpack it then. So you don't have another 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years of loss, change, and transition that you never unpack, right? And so unpacking the loss, the change, the transition of the past, and now as you move forward in the present, right? I'm talking about on site. When you go through it, you already know, oh, I need a place, I need a space where I can unpack this. I'm processing, I need to unpack this, right? So that I don't continue to carry it on with me in the future. I hope that makes sense, y'all. Today is day 318. I told you we was going to get this thing straight. My time of grief may be an opportunity to heal old wounds. Questions, comments, if you got them, you can drop them below. Questions, comments, if you got them, you can drop them below. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining us on today on this Wednesday. I hope and pray y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope this lesson was a blessing to each and every one of you. I hope you take it to heart. Amen. I hope you walk it out. I hope you live it out. I hope that you are able to internalize it and understand the importance of not just unpacking stuff from the past, but even as you prepare to move forward in the present, knowing that, yeah, I need to unpack this. Yep, I need to unpack this. I don't care what it is. What is if it's loss, if it's change, if it's a transition, you say, "Yep, I need to unpack this. I need to unpack this," and it never stops. Even moving forward, when you unpack stuff, you may need to revisit it again. That's the grief journey. The grief journey doesn't stop. It doesn't end. Right? It's till death do you part. Right? You're gonna be on that journey for the remainder. Right? But it's creating a safe place and safe space where you can do that. Nothing is coming through. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hope y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Let's go.